Cut that part out. Welcome to the brand new Jamboree Ask Us Anything. People sending in questions. They want to know what we do when we're not on the bus. Do we have a normal life? Am I always ridiculous? And so we thought we'd answer a few of your questions. Well, it would say you must be 21, and then it would say clothing off shop. For me, I think the most memorable things are when someone has attached a memory to that bus. Like we go on there every day, and we always say we never know what people are dealing with at home when they come to see us, and that's always the case. So when someone says, oh, we were here 2 years ago and we have battled cancer and this was the first place we wanted to come. I mean, that's happened on a couple of occasions, and some people have returned back, and maybe the person who was with them didn't make it back. And so for me, for them loving that bus so much that it gives them a memory that they take back with them, that's my favorite part of doing that entire show. And that's probably a question for Gil. He keeps a list of things that were his favorite moments. I'll say that there's nothing off limits on that bus. We'll do whatever we need to do to make sure everyone has a memorable ride. Back when I was in high school, Nashville was very different. Downtown, you really didn't go down there, and if you did, it was to go to Ernest Tubb Record Shop, or which came a little bit later. But Broadway just wasn't a good place to be, and if you were a local, you just didn't go. And then they did have one trolley, and this particular trolley for 50 cents would take you up to the Music Row area, and that's where Conway Twitty had a record shop up there. Barbara Mandrell had a 1 hour photo. Hank Williams Jr. had a shop. Mel Tillis had a shop at one time. And that trolley would take you up there, and you could go through all those little shops. And I always said, man, I would like to own that trolley and get a guitar player and really do a musical tour of parts of Nashville that people don't know anything about. So for me to have done that, that's the coolest thing I think about the whole bus, because sometimes I think, I can't believe I sat there at that age and wanted to put this together, and then God just blessed it all to happen, even better than what I had really expected. Well, first of all, I don't think I spoke 3 words in high school. I'm very quiet, and so is Gil. When we're not on that bus, we are all a very quiet family, with the exception of Katie, who is loud 24/7. I think for me, the number one moment was we had done a show, and Reba McEntire agreed to come on the bus and sing a couple songs. And when you had a lot of people tell you, this bus is never going to work, you're never going to make enough money, you won't be able to keep the bus running, the insurance is so expensive, and all those things are true. But when you are there and you see Reba McEntire walking down the side of your bus to get on it, I think that's when I realized this has survived. This has made it. That was like the big moment. That I act like I do at home, like I do on the bus. I mean, sometimes maybe, but not all the time. My grandmother, number one, who pretty much raised me, whom I just miss dearly. And then I had 2 aunts. One was on the Wilder side that always took care of me, and then one who owned a store. And she was very influential because she owned her own business, so she could do her own thing. And I never forgot that as a child. And I'd work there sometimes in the summers. And I think that just made me be an entrepreneur. I just watched her so closely. And then I had one uncle who was like my father, and then my grandfather too. And then my grandparents, countless times I've been to the Opry from the time I was born practically. And that was a really big influence to watch that and I just knew I wanted to do something in country music, but that was fun. I feel like that bus probably is my alter ego, and she is living her best life out there. I certainly don't act like that at home most of the time. And so when we get on there, we can, and we do, we just go to a different place, and all the things that I've ever wanted to say to anyone definitely come out on that bus. And all the things that everyone on the bus wants to say about everyone else on that bus comes out on the bus. I think the worst thing is when it breaks down and you have to call a tow truck. That's so sad, especially if you have people on there and you're responsible. You have to get them all wherever they want to go. I'll tell you the weirdest family, and it's happened more than once, is a child or an adult child will bring her father, her mother, her mother's new husband, and her father's new wife. That's a dynamic I love to dig into. White boots. No one wears white boots here. There are no cowboys here. Hot chicken is the other one. That's a farce. Body parts hanging out. Men and women. I like everybody to just be themselves on that bus too. And just let it all out. Do what you want to do. And have a fantastic time doing it. Funny story, I didn't. Gil convinced me. Gil is one of the funniest dudes. He and I are absolute best friends. We're pretty much the same person. We're very quiet. We talk to each other if we're upset about anything. He has the same ailments I have, like whatever it is. And he had been doing a tour in Canada. He's had a record deal. He really does have a Grammy. He has had #1 singles. He travels all over Canada doing these gigantic shows. And he had moved here and officially, and his wife, who was my publicist, brought him on the bus. And the next day he was like, so I'd like to talk to you about singing on the bus. And I was like, what? And I was like, yeah, come on out. And we should have done it years ago. I can't answer that. I love both of them for very different reasons. Probably, very versatile. French fries, tacos and French fries, both my very favorite foods. But you can only get each one at one place here in Nashville. What am I weirdly good at? Riding a motorcycle, a dirt bike. Onion. The first thing you eat, because your tongue kind of goes numb after you get into about 5 of them, but the first one is really good. Hot chicken. I have a problem with the hot chicken because it's not a Nashville thing. It's just not. You know what is? KFC, that's what it is. Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's what we ate every Sunday. Hot chicken. I like to wear my hair in braids. I like to play some fast music on the way in. The boys and I pull up. We do a couple little dances. Gil likes to have a Jack and Coke. I like to have some white milk, raw if I can get it, and a Reese's peanut butter cup about 20 minutes before the doors open. I want them to know that or feel as though they've left everything, all their troubles behind when they got on that bus for 90 minutes and really just had a good time with some memories that whenever they're back home and they're upset about something, they can reach in and pull one of those out and maybe just for a minute make their day a little bit better. Hot chicken it's a farce. It's a marketing. I cannot say that enough. One dude has hot chicken over in East Nashville. If you really want the hot chicken, that one dude did have it, but nobody was eating it all over town. Princess, that's where you should go. That little sweet lady cooking up that chicken. And you know why she cooked it? I'm going to tell you, because her husband cheated on her. That's why hot chicken was invented. She was trying to kill him with hot chicken, and instead he loved it, and now it's so they opened a store. Oh God, it's a sore spot. Hot chicken is a sore spot. in town, Monell's, and the taco truck, and the secret French fry place. The most exciting is that there's TikTok going on around this bus. Like, I had to be talked into that, but now that it's like everybody's watching that thing, it fascinates me that it's out there and I like it. I'm like, let's make a TikTok today. Let's go make a TikTok. You know, and then people are texting, oh, we saw you on TikTok. I'm like, I just love it. We do. We are doing some shows at a little comedy club called Zany's here in Nashville. And funny thing about that is we've done this bus for so many years. We thought going to the stage would be something that everybody would be so excited to come and see us, and they'd want to see us on the bus, which is also fascinating me. Y'all need to come and see the stage show. Gil can have a full band, and I think one of the things they wonder is, will the show be as intimate as it is on the bus? Yes, it's going to be just as filthy. I'm going to touch even more people than I touch on the bus. We're going to have as much fun on that stage show with a lot more people and a lot more space. So that's coming up. After the first of the year, we have a couple more shows scheduled over there. Tacos from the Dollar Taco Mart, French fries from the Four Seasons, onion soup at the German restaurant, and an icy cold Coke in a can, raw chocolate milk,